Good morning, friends. We're doing this early because we've got roofers coming, and we don't know when those, what does Mike say, squirrels on the roof are coming? But I said, they've got to be mighty big squirrels. That's all I can say. And I wish I had a good attitude yesterday at the end of the day like I have now. But be it as it may, I'm glad to be with you this morning. It's fun to see the morning sky through this window. And I just want to talk to you about grief, because some of you are in grief. Some of you will be in grief. And all of us have at one time or another grieved. So if you know anybody that is hurting, maybe you could share these poems and this video with them. This first one is called, I Know You Are Hurting. Tears stain your pillow, you writhe in your pain. You offer up prayers, but your pain still remains. You look up towards heaven and mention my name, and yet you keep hurting with no one to blame. I know you are hurting. You wish it would cease. You pray for my strength and some sort of release. Just try to remember, you're never alone, for I am your Father, and you are my own. Believe that I love you, although you're in pain. No matter what happens, my love stays the same. And though you are hurting, just let your lips praise, for I'll be your strength every moment, each day. You might remember that 2 Corinthians 1:3-4 talk about how the God of all comfort comforts us so that we could comfort others. That's my paraphrase, but that's exactly what it says there. God doesn't comfort us to be comfortable. He comforts us to be comforters. One of my favorites, he heard my tears fall. I looked all around me and heard not a sound except for the echoes of pain. I felt my heart breaking and aching once more as all of my losses surfaced again. And then in the silence, I saw him draw near, this one who would come and would gather each tear. I sighed in my soul, for somehow I knew he would take time to come and would comfort me too. But I was surprised, for I never did call. He knew of my pain when he heard my tears fall. And this one is a statement, a declaration, and it's simply, I knew he'd come. I barely stand as another wave hits, pulled down, afraid I'll drown. Out of nowhere, walls of water crash my confidence, tear my trust. I look up and see his hand, the one I know. He waits for mine, and I oblige. I knew he'd come. He always does. Oh, friends, for those of you that are watching a loved one slip away, my heart goes out to you. And for those of you that have experienced grief, I'm sorry for your loss. Sometimes the best thing we can do is just sit in the silence with the Lord and let him comfort your heart as no one else can. The Lord has been with me through so many losses. My mom when I was 16, my dad when I was 24. My sister disappeared when I was 30. Then there was 2 brothers that I lost, and our sweet granddaughter. I've had a couple miscarriages. Sure, there's even other relatives. But the point is this. I didn't go through one of those losses without God. I didn't know him personally when my mom died. That was the loss that felt the greatest. But I came to know the Lord right before my dad died. And my Bible teacher even came to his funeral. And I had hardly known her by then. God comforted me. He's like this warm blanket that surrounds you and just makes you feel all secure. Let him do that for you. Will you still hurt? Yes. But he knows about it, and he does care. Don't listen to the lies of the enemy saying if God really loved you, this loved one wouldn't have died. We lose our loved ones because we live in a fallen world. This world is fallen. There's sin in the world. And we were born sinners. And one of the things that happened because of it being a fallen world is that people die. People have pain. People suffer. It isn't God sitting up there saying, I think I'll make this one die, and I think that one's going to suffer, and that one will have cancer. That's not our loving God. These are the consequences of living in a fallen world. One day, God will wipe away every tear, and up in heaven, there will be no more sorrow, no more pain, no more death. It will be swallowed up. That will be a day, won't it? I talk to you about the Lord because I want you to share in that day. I want you to be in heaven. So please look for one of my earlier videos or go to my website and download the free ebook, Real Love, because it has the gospel in there. There's a train. And the gospel tells you how you can know for sure that you're going to heaven. And I just want to mention, this is Droplets. It's poetry for those in grief. And these are some of my stories. This is my memoir, Always There. Finding God's comfort through loss. And it isn't just death. It could be hard times, loss of a job. It could be loss of health. It could be a lot of losses. Friends, thanks for tuning in or watching this later when you have time. And I appreciate anybody that shares this. If you know someone that might benefit from some of the poems that God gives me, he really does give them to me. And I thank God for that. If you have a prayer request, feel free to leave me a comment. I read every comment and I will pray for you. Sometimes I'll even send you a message with the prayer. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate each one of you. Pray for me. Pray that I would reflect him, or there's no reason for me to do this. I want to encourage hearts that are heavy. And I want to encourage all of you, wherever you are in your walk. I want to share one more poem. I want to share about when God spoke to me at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1994. This is called I Have These Holes. Last night my sadness woke me up and I sobbed uncontrollably. The world was sleeping, so I turned to the Lord for conversation. I feel like I'm getting my life together, Lord, except for these holes. The losses I have left these holes in me, and now my life keeps seeping out the holes. I've tried filling the holes with all kinds of things, busyness, food, sympathy from others, but nothing works. And the grief from memories past enveloped me again, and I sat rocking myself, holding myself, trying to give comfort to my pain, wanting to gain understanding. This pain sure hurts, Lord. And then, as early morning came, I heard him softly call my name. with nail-scarred hands outstretched to me, he said so very tenderly, I have holes too. And then I knew he understood as no one could. He understands, friends. If you're hurting, he understands. I hope you have a great rest of the day, but just keep looking up, not just at the sky, but at the one who made the sky. And I will talk to you next time. Bye.